Who Can Dance? Approaches to Inclusion and Diversity in Postmodern Dance. In the late 19th century, American dancers rebelled against the strict vocabulary of ballet, branching out into their own form of dance, now referred to as modern dance. So what happens when, in the 1960s, dancers rebel against this rebellion? Do we go back to a more narrow definition of dance, of who dances and where? No. Instead, we get postmodern contemporary dance. We get pedestrian movement, performances beyond the proscenium, improvisation, non-narrative topics, and a new pool of dancers. As the country and the world is changing, so too does dance. In 1946, Lester Horton established in California the first racially integrated modern dance company. From this company came many dance legends, including Alvin Ailey and Bela Lewitsky, each of whom challenged the norms of dance. A few years later, on the other American coast, the Judson Dance Theater set a new precedent for dance. That it will not be exceptional for dance companies, groups, or collectives to be integrated. That dance is for a variety of bodies and a variety of stories. Back in California, we have one postmodern contemporary pioneer changing who gets to dance. Anna Halprin changed both approach and approacher from her patio deck outside her home, built by her husband, Lawrence Halprin. Anna was a student of modern dance, specifically Graham and Humphreys techniques. Her own work, however, required a shift in the traditions of modern dance. Like many postmodern artists, she was not interested in a strict, almost melodramatic narrative. Halprin was interested in making art that reflected the real lives of the people involved, lives that were too complicated to exist in simple characters on a proscenium stage. Anna Halprin was one of the first artists to adopt the idea of a score, a series of tasks or choreographic elements that gave structure to an otherwise improvised dance work. And using a score, her dances were the product of the dancers. As time went on, she developed this method of dance making. The audience began to have a larger role in the dancing. Creating a connection with the audience helped bridge the gap between art and artist and made tackling difficult topics in the work easier. In her work, Anna Halprin often pushed boundaries. In her piece, Ceremony of Us, she sought to examine racial tensions following the riots in Watts. Bringing in black dancers from Watts to dance allied her company of white dancers was a radical move at the time. It premiered in 1969. While it can be appreciated that she attempted to bridge gaps, it should be noted that this work at times upheld myths surrounding race and sexuality. Many postmodern choreographers made work that centered around social and political topics. Looking back, white choreographers were taking important steps in breaking boundaries, especially racial ones. However, many still fell short of the standards that we expect today. Halprin would go on to found the Reach Out program, funded by the National Endowment for the Arts. This program was a more fully realized integration of people from different cultures and backgrounds coming together. As her career continued, she focused on creating healing rituals through dance. In the 1980s, she created a theater company for artists afflicted with HIV/AIDS. Positive Motion, as it was later renamed, was a tool for patients to cope with their diagnosis. Those involved did not need to be trained actors or dancers. This is a common theme in Halprin's teaching and work. The everyday could be beautiful and the average person more than capable of making and being the subject of art. Anna Halprin used postmodern contemporary dance to bring dancing and dance-making to those who needed it, including the old, the sick, and the marginalized. On the East Coast, we have another postmodern contemporary dancer and choreographer shaking things up. Jawal Willa Jo Zollar founded the dance company Urban Bushwomen in 1984. The members of this company and the work they do also challenge who gets to be a dancer. The company was and is comprised of black women. Their presence on stage was unique during its time and still is to this day. Urban Bushwomen tell stories that have gone underrepresented on big stage. They mix movement vocabulary from the African diaspora with modern and postmodern techniques. The dancers and the dances are breaking boundaries. What makes Jawal Willa Jo Zollar unique, apart from her choreography, is the community work she does. Urban Bushwomen is an active part of the community in New York and the broader dance world. They work to bring dance to underserved communities, create dialogue and professional organizations, teach artists leadership skills, and foster choreographic voices. Jawal Willa Jo Zollar is a professor at Florida State University as well. There she works with her students to go beyond the physical aspects of dance. She refers to artists as frontline social justice workers. She teaches students about the cultural value of dance as a way to challenge norms and to tell stories that deserve to be heard. Before the creation of postmodern dance, there was a narrow definition of dancer and what dance could be about. Artists like Jawal Willa Jo Zollar and Anna Halprin challenged these notions. They both put dancers on stage that broke tradition. They both reached beyond the proscenium into their communities. Gone was the noble dancer long beloved by the modern and ballet communities. Here to stay is the human dancer, with all its culture, background, struggle, mess, beauty, and potential. So who can dance? Anyone.